welcome to Cosplay Stitch and Seam. I'm Pannon.
And I'm V-Fire.
And I'm David.
Yay,
Hooray!
David!
Yay!
I'm very excited. We're at the almost everybody fully vaccinated and safe to actually record in person soon.
I know, I'm so excited.
I got my second shot 3 days ago.
Yes. How are you feeling, by the way?
So I was feeling so pumped. Thursday night, I was sitting there yeah, I'm feeling really good. My arm didn't even hurt where the injection was. And Kaylin and I had a little date night that night. And it was just on top of the world. And I was like, maybe I already had it. And I was just asymptomatic because this is doing nothing to me. Because round one messed me up 6 hours later. I started feeling it pretty quick. I woke up at 2:00 in the morning with a splitting headache, which then progressed into chills so intense that it woke up Kaylin.
Oh my gosh.
And then body aches and fever, and that was just me for the rest of the day. My boss, fortunately, had the foresight to say, all right, you're working from home this day. I was like, all right, cool. And I'm very grateful. I made it 3 hours into my shift before I was like, I can't do this anymore. And then I just laid down for the next 5 hours.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Got up, watched a little bit of Steven Universe.
Yeah, I love Steven Universe.
Steven Universe is the freaking best. And,
it's so precious.
And then I went to bed at 7:00 and I didn't wake up until 7:30.
Wow.
I highly recommend 12 hours at least once a month. It was glorious. I'm still not 100%. I still have a bit of a temperature. My nose is still a bit stuffed up.
Yeah.
But holy crap, I have not been that sick in years.
Wow.
I don't remember feeling that miserable. But it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Very similar thing happened to me when I got part 2 of the shot. First few hours of the next morning, I was like, I'm fine, I'm good, texting my boss, I'm like, I'm probably going to be able to come in on, the next day, not that day, because I was expecting, something to hit, and it did, and I did, my boss had already planned for me to not come in the next day, and so he's like, yeah, you're not coming. Yeah, thank goodness for nice bosses.
Panning, you got the J&J, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That one, didn't that one hit you up really bad too?
Yeah, so I got the Johnson & Johnson's shot, and it was a one and done, and I thought I was fine, kind of like David's experience. It wasn't until 2 a.m. probably the day after I got it that it just hit me like a freight train. And I had to call in to work, and it was just a whole... I was actually feeling fine by 5 or 6 in the afternoon that day, but it was just a sudden boom, you're gonna be in bed for a while.
It's this is where you live now.
Yes.
I remember during my 5-hour laying down of just I could hear my phone going off. People were texting me just throughout the day, standard conversations, Dane from Comic Trades and a couple people from Dungeons and Chill and Discord popping off, and I had no energy even to look at my phone. That's,
man.
How you get really sick and you just kind of I just want to doom scroll through Facebook or something.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even do that. I was too tired to even fall asleep. It was the worst. So I'm glad that yours wasn't as short. Or it wasn't as long.
Yeah. Well, I hope you listeners at home are doing okay with yours and hopefully getting vaccinated soon if you're able. If you'd like to tell us about any of your home experiences, you can send those to us at cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com or
you can go to the website and fill out the Google form at cosplaystitchandseam.com, or
you can send us those messages on our Facebook page. Just search Cosplay Stitch and Seam. And if you're not a big fan of Facebook, we totally get it. We have a Discord. Every now and again, we drop the link on our Twitter and on our Facebook. So tolerate Facebook for just 30 seconds to find us there and then join our Discord, which we're actually going to be doing a live stream on our Discord. We can't do it on Twitch because we're going to be watching a movie together, but Discord works a little bit better.
I'm so excited about this movie too.
What movie are we watching?
So we're seeing, it's called The Gamer's Dorkness Rising, And it's one of my favorite, like, it's very D&D centric. And of course, we'll be watching it with all of the Cosplay Chronicles crew. So if you guys have been listening and following our adventures with that, you can enjoy it with all of us too. And that's
I'm excited to see Dorkness.
Yeah, that's this coming Saturday, isn't it?
Yep, this coming Saturday.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Mhm.
And if I am fast enough at editing, it will be in a
Yes.
couple of days.
Oh man.
And, while you're on the internet, if you want to support the show, we greatly appreciate any and all support. Just sharing the podcast with a friend is one of the best things. Word of mouth is how we get around. We don't pay to advertise in any capacity. So, hey, that helps. Also, some really great ways is leaving us a review on Apple Podcast, Audible, Podchaser, wherever they let you. We will give you a shout out on the show when that happens. We greatly appreciate it. And if you've got a few bucks and you want to make sure that we're able to keep the lights on and everything, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/cosplay stitch, and a coffee account, KOFI Cosplay Stitch as well.
Nice.
And don't
Mercedes.
That's what I was going to just say.
You got it.
Yeah. Don't forget, we've got about 2 more days left of getting, as of this episode possibly airing, April 30th. Get your brush challenge videos in. Send me a beautiful, beautiful video of you as your beautiful self and a beautiful video as you as your beautiful cosplay self with that little lovely brush transition. You can email those to cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com. We've gotten quite a few of those, and with the deadline coming up, they've started pouring in. I'm really excited to see how this video turns out. I'm super excited for you guys. Thank you so much to everybody who's submitted. I'm going to make sure to reply to all those emails and let you know that we have gotten them. So thank you so much.
And you want, if possible, someone to toss a brush onto the screen from any one direction, cover the camera, and then reveal the camera as well in the next footage, right? Like, to clarify.
Yep. And then toss your brush in whichever direction that you want to. Left, right, up, down, however you want to do it. Catch one, toss one.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm super excited, guys.
Oh, yeah. And as always, if you guys want to check out foxbeautycosmetics.com, that's Fox, Foxx, beautycosmetics.com. Use the promo code Stitch and Seam to get 10% off. All of their vegan, not tested on animal products. They just barely dropped the other half of their D&D line, and I went out and got like their necromancer colored lip stain and their...
I got necromancer and blood mage.
Yes, blood mage. And I got their, I also got their like magnetic eyeliner, which is like the coolest thing I've ever tried. Like I put it on, like it just applies like regular liquid liner. And I had to go out and buy some magnetic lashes. But I was like, I don't know, is this going to work? Because the lashes have little magnets in them that adhere to these little particles that are in the liquid eyeliner. And it does. It sticks on just like regular lashes. It's so crazy.
That's wild.
It's dope. I'm like so excited.
We're also not being paid to promote.
No, we're not.
Any of Fox.
I just really like it. I think I'm gonna try to wear it for our upcoming stream. So if you want to see how it looks in a like makeup test, I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
Yeah. So Mercedes, you're in charge of this episode. What's going on?
So this is our monthly. Let's check in how everybody's doing and update
State
episode.
of the podcast address.
State of the podcast. Da, 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 da. So, first question that I have is, how have you guys been holding up? How you doing?
Freaking great. Like, honestly, I'm freaking great. Like, not to go into it too much, I'm freaking great. Thanks for asking. How are you guys?
Good. I've been doing a lot better. I had my car breakdown yesterday, so it kind of like was this like on some. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. Up and down a lot. So
yeah.
How about you, Mercedes?
Doing pretty good. I have not been able to work on any like personal projects for the past month, but I'm getting closer to having just that one job instead of 3.
Nice.
I helped one of them do an interview process to get somebody to essentially replace me, which was super relieving because the first person that interviewed, I was like, they're perfect. I was like,
Nice.
they've got everything that we need. Can we please just go with them?
That's awesome.
And then, like, stuff at the elementary school's been going well. I've discovered that Legos, if there's a bunch of them and they're making a bunch of noise, that my tolerance for, like, being patient disappears.
Oh.
So you can't handle the little like of the Lego sound.
No, I can't.
Okay.
So I have recognized this. I've addressed it, and I give the kids never the whole kit ever again. So they only get what they need, and maybe a couple extra pieces so that they can be creative. I'm not totally limiting their options, but limiting them for my sanity. But yeah, that's been a fun one. So on that note, like, what have you guys done to help, like, cope with different stress things that have come up? This is, like, non-cosplay related or non-cosplay related, however you want to do that. Like, what's something that has, like, worked for you? Because I think, like, some listeners might like that.
Well, I slept for 12 hours.
I mean, that's always dope.
12-hour nap is a light coma, as I would
awesome.
probably call it. Again, highly recommend.
Like you said, at least once a month, a light coma's nice.
That's a good one. I feel like having some people added around in my life. Like, I have a new D&D group that I get to play in.
Yay!
I'm getting to play a character named Candace Stilgard, who is a wizard of the scribe, and she's just kind of a know-it-all, and like she wants to figure out how to cheat death, and she'll cheat at every like opportunity when it comes to like skills or anything along those lines. Of like, she never wants to study. You know, it's that mentality of like, she spent the same amount of time figuring out how to cheat instead of just studying. That's her character. And it's been really great to kind of have just a game with a bunch of people that I've been able to connect with and just hang out every now and again.
Did you know that I have an actual teaching method that tells kids, okay, I know this is boring, but here's a cheat for it.
Oh.
And it works.
So you're the cheating teacher.
I am. Sorry, I love that.
That's good. So it's been mostly me just like having some friends that I've been able to just open up with and be vulnerable, which is a very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's really great to have those people in my life that I'm excited to like be vulnerable with. Yeah, it's weird. That's
awesome.
How I've been dealing with my stress, is just like, this happened, it sucked today, can I get some validation, or I just need someone to listen to me. It's also useful to know like what you need, because like in one of the podcasts that I enjoyed, they talk about the Triforce of Communication.
I'm here for this. Tell me about it.
So let's say that you're venting, right? And there's 3 possible ways that are more appropriate to respond with. One is just listening. That's just like the main thing of just like listening, not doing anything other than just like validating that you have heard the thing. Maybe repeating back some of those things like, oh, that sucks that your boss did that thing. Just validating. There's also the logical response of like, do you want the logic of, it sounds like your boss was doing the best thing, that may have been appropriate. You may not have been in the right mind, and all these other steps, right? Like giving you the idea of a second opinion. And third, kind of like just agreeing with that mentality of just like, oh man, that is the worst. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that sounds really frustrating. How did you even manage? You're a saint for dealing with any of that. So having that Triforce of Communication, just saying like, hey, I would like some validation with that third one of like, oh yeah, you're so good. Oh man. Or like, hey, maybe I'm wrong. And that's a hard one to say, but maybe I'm wrong. And then having someone come back with the logical side of things like, yeah, you're probably wrong. Or just like, I just want to be heard, is a really, really useful skill to have. And it's something that I try and practice in all of my relationships.
Nice. No, I like that. Triforce of Communication.
Love it. That's clever.
It is. It's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. How have I been dealing with stress? I forgot to mention this earlier, but I did drop out of doing that online contest, which was causing me some stress. Mostly because I had started a new job and it was kind of taking all of my focus. And it is a lot to learn because it's mostly accounting stuff. So when I got home from work, I just did not have the brain space to be like, yeah, let me also work on cosplay stuff. So that was kind of an anxiety relief to not have to be like, oh, crap, I got to finish this in like 3 weeks.
I gave up on that ages ago. So I relate.
Like, I'm definitely still slowly working on the costume.
Yes.
Which I think is the important differentiation. It's not like letting a costume contest go is one thing. Like, don't let your dream costume get dropped because of a deadline. You can always, there's always going to be another contest. There's always going to be another convention.
And that's A-okay.
Yeah.
That's A-okay for you to do. Because if it's not being fun anymore, then, if you're enjoying the stress of it, because there is such a thing as good stress.
Oh, sure.
There's eustress versus distress. Eustress is good, right. Distress is bad. If it's causing you distress, go ahead and take a step back from it. That's what I'm trying to do with my cosplays of being okay, I'm going to give myself my own deadlines, but I'm not going to let it become a distressing thing. I want it to be eustress, I'm excited about it, even though it's stressing me out.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
So.
And then some of the other things I've done is now that I've passed all the dates for vaccination stuff and it's okay to go, and I mean still wear mask and still do distance.
Yeah.
But I took my roommate who is recently engaged. Super excited about that. She wanted to get a manicure because she'd never had one before. And I was like, I need a manicure. I haven't had one in a year and a half. And then I took another friend, Kame, who's been on the show before. And we all got manicures and pedicures. And it was super fun. And it was cute because even the spa was really good about socially distancing and keeping everybody apart and, having space and keeping all of the procedures and precautions in order. So it was really cool. It was actually the one that we went to for that episode that we did on pampering yourself for cosplay. So
that was a nice place.
Yeah, they were super nice. So that was relaxing and fun. And what else have I done that's relaxing and fun? I have been having a lot of distress as of late, and I finally got a diagnosis for my anxiety, and I have a medicine that is helping me a lot with that. And so I have had a lot fewer panicky attacks and things like that. So I am super excited about that. It's
that's so great. So good.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. It's not even just I'm so proud of you, Cannon. That's hard work. Especially here in America. The States makes it impossible to find someone who can diagnose you.
Oh, it really is. It really is.
I'm so proud of you. Oh, I'm so proud.
Thank you. But yeah, getting better at recognizing the signals that I am getting into a state of distress and then getting those outside factors to stop or getting myself away from them to be in a safer mental place has been a learning process, but I think it's been helping me a lot.
Yeah, that was me with the Legos of recognizing this.
That's the thing.
This causes a bunch of anxiety that I didn't realize happens before. Let's address that and still make it fun for the kids, but also not let me lose my mind.
Yeah. And then Animal Crossing, playing a lot of Animal Crossing. And what did I pick up recently? Control is on PS4. It's a video game called Control. It's one of those psyching you out, psychological thriller, interesting, supernaturally stuff. So I will let you know how it goes. Yeah.
I'm excited to hear your review because I think I got that with the PlayStation Plus thing.
Yeah. My sister actually bought it for me just out of the blue and was like, I really want you to play this. And I was like, cool, okay.
Cute.
So I might stream some of it. Just, I don't know. Depends on how ambitious I get. But it's been fun so far.
Well, if you do, post it in the Discord.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That's true. So yeah, what about you, Mercedes?
I started Genshin Impact.
Oh boy. That's one of the like peripheral fandoms. Like I have never touched the game, but I swear I know most of the cast and what their costumes look like because of all of the people I follow on like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and
They have great costumes.
They do. They're very pretty.
Yeah.
It's very fun to play. Like the fighting system and everything in there, it's like there's a reason I like hop on every day and make sure to do at least my daily quests. Because I do enjoy the fighting system on it. I wish some of the designs weren't so pandery.
Fan service?
Cancerous, yeah, but I mean, like, it's at least cancerous.
That's definitely not what I said, but that works.
Fan
That
service.
also
Okay,
works.
I heard cancerous, but you know, either way. Fan, Mercedes, fan. Service.
Yes.
Super fan service,
you
but
got
it's
it.
at least fan servicey for like everybody.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I will admit, I do love looking at Diluc, so.
As long as it's like across the board fan service.
It very much is, but it was very funny, like, when I first pulled up one of the characters and I was like, oh my, the jiggle. The boob jiggle.
the jiggle physics?
There's jiggle physics, and I was just like, what is this? What am I playing? But then I was like,
Excellent.
but also the guys are really pretty.
The only one I've seen that I'm like, I would, if I play, I would love to cosplay Eye Patch Wife, because that's all I know is I'm like, I love her costume and she looks really cool.
She's got a great costume, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Eye Patch Wife. I like that name for her.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're having fun with that.
Like, I've been having fun with that. As far as like my mental health stuff and all that, you know, I've been trying to recognize, like, what are things that I do that I can improve on. Definitely a hard thing to do without, like, digging yourself into a hole and being like, I belong here.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But, like, it's just being like, I'm not digging a hole, I'm trying to dig out of the hole. So,
Sure.
so if anyone has, you know, like, if you're listening to the podcast and you want to give me feedback, please do. That's probably an opening I don't want to have. I don't know. But I'm trying to be a better person overall, and recognizing, like, you know, that lots of sound is overstimulating for me, like, you know, Legos click-clacking on desktops.
No, that's funny because like I actually use like a white noise machine at home, and it has a lot of very similar like repetitive noises. But I find it like soothing, I guess, or distracting. So like it helps me get to sleep. But I know it's the exact opposite for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, it drives me nuts.
I prefer having like rain or wind, something that's
It can
like
do
the
those.
ocean.
Yeah.
But I can't do the sounds.
Yeah.
Which is why now whenever it rains I fall asleep. So
Aw.
I have Pavloved myself. So as far as cosplay stuff goes, let's just
Uh-huh.
yeah, if anyone plays Rain, you'll put me to sleep, by the way. What have you been able to work on anything, or has it just been busy? Have you been like me where you're just surviving your jobs?
I got a little bit more done on Shirlian from Heaven Official. I've been so slow with progress on him, but I'm trying because I have some friends now who are like, "Oh, we want to do cosplay from that too," and I'm like, "Okay, that helps. I feel more motivated." Because I love the character, but it's always more fun in a group. So I have done like a little bit of like basting layers together on the like robes and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And then it's kind of like tangent related to cosplay, but my purse is not doing so hot anymore, so I'm making a new like Ita bag that's in the theme of some of the costumes I want to do. So yeah,
perfect.
For some reason,
so
like
cute.
I can have the brain for a little project like a bag, but like when I'm like, oh, a costume, my brain is just like, nah, not right now. How about you,
That's
David?
fair.
I saw your hammer.
So
Yeah.
as we're speaking, I'm waiting for my coat of black to dry. So then I can add a coat of white and then red. I'm very, very excited. I've started practicing airbrushing.
Ooh.
So Harley wears red and black shoes, and I'm not going to go buy a pair of red shoes and a pair of black shoes so I bought a pair of white shoes so I could paint over them.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
cool.
I paint over them.
And that way the textures match.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
And
cool.
I practice the airbrush with that. The red shoes drying right now, so I can do some highlights and
Nice.
accents and whatnot.
That's awesome.
I think the last thing and the most terrifying thing is the wig that I really need to work on.
Yeah.
And I'm planning on doing that tomorrow night and then finishing that up so Kaylin and I can do the pass the brush challenge.
So I'm curious with Harley Quinn. Since you're doing like a gender bend, what kind of like hairstyle are you going for with her?
So there's a wig that I found that's kind of an A-line cut, I think is what it's called. This is all new to me. Every aspect of this I feel is constantly new. The hammer, I knew how to do the hammer. I was confident about the hammer. Everything else, So in the cartoon, the Harley Quinn cartoon with Haley Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory, highly recommend if you can stand a little gore and
I started watching that. And it's
a lot of swears. It is such good comedy. So good. Oh,
Frank.
So, yeah, Frank is great. So she has these platinum blonde framing bangs, right? So they go on either side of her face, and those are pure blonde from root to tip. And then on the edge, she's got the pigtails of the pink and blue. And those kind of like come together. So what I'm planning on doing is still doing the framing bangs, and then on the back end of the A line of doing that blend to blue and pink.
Oh, okay.
So that way it's like still left side, right side kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then trying to separate where the bangs are versus where the back of the hair sit.
Okay.
I don't know. It's all new to me.
No, I
Watch
like
me
that.
fail.
No. I was also going to say, I found out recently that Arts Cow, where I've gotten a lot of like custom leggings printed and tights and whatnot, they do shoes now. You can custom print shoes.
What?
Yeah.
Are they just like a sleeve that goes over the shoe? Or
no, full on shoes.
What?
Wow. Dude, that's dope.
Like they don't have like boots and things like that, but they're all like different kinds of shoes. But yeah, you can custom print them.
Wow.
Freaking cool.
Arts Cow does shoes. Added to my notes.
I'll let you know next time they have like a coupon going for their shoes. Because it's like what I would pay for a regular pair of shoes, but I could put whatever I want on them. So.
I could have all my Triforces.
Yeah.
I could have my Triforce of Communication.
Your Triforce of Communication shoes. Just kicking into gear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. How about you, Mercedes? What you been working on?
So, you remember how last time we had one of these? I was like, yeah, my sewing machine's just been on for 3 days.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, it's been like 33 days.
Has it still been on for like a month?
I at least...
The IT person in me is so disappointed in you.
It's just a sewing machine. I didn't want to change
just
the settings.
Just a sewing machine.
It's so good to me. I used it at least twice, not for the gloves that are still sitting half finished next to it, but I adjusted some masks that I had.
I even finished my gloves. Mercedes!
You know you can write down the settings it has and then turn it off and let it rest.
So that's work. So with the state of the podcast, the state of my project room right now is I have so many half-finished projects right now.
Oh my gosh.
So I've got Hyperlight Drifter. I have all the fabric for it. It's all in this beautiful pile with the gloves again sitting half-finished next to this still on sewing machine.
Nice.
And then I've got Snow Quill Lynx fabric in a pile. I've got my mom's cloak costume stuff in a pile. I've got my brother's costume in a pile because I was supposed to help him finish one of those, but we're going to save it for next year. I've got another version of Link sitting in a pile. I've got a new start for Link sitting in a pile. My room's just full of piles. And my next question for you guys is, have you had anything inspire you for a future cosplay? Because I've started designs, finally, to start working on Sabriel from the Abhorsen trilogy.
Oh, yay! I know you've been really wanting to do that one.
Yeah, I need to, actually finish my cosplays.
Oh, man.
But that might be my next obsession, that I'll actually work on for the next few months, alongside Hyperlight Drifter, because I really want to get that one done, too.
Yeah.
But what have you guys been inspired to create?
Oh, man.
While you're thinking, I posted this on our Discord, and I hate myself. I say that only because, the design is just so complex. But Target is releasing,
this
exclusive Red Ranger Power Ranger design toy
Ooh, heck
from the comic book series where, what if they were bad guys? It's alternate universe stuff. And it is
I love that.
Dope AF. It's so cool. I've never looked at a toy and go, well, that's something that I need in my life, because I'm not a big toy collector. As big of a nerd as I am, I don't do a lot of toys. And I just looked at this and I go, I've always wanted to do a Power Ranger. I would love to do Blue Ranger, because that's my guy. Billy and I, we get along fine. But Jason or Rocky, whichever, we're still talking Mighty Morphin. But yeah, he's got this gold patch on his shoulder. He's got a long spear with electricity coming out of it. It's still the classic helmet, but he's got this long gold cloak. It's so good. I saw it and I immediately go, well, that's something that I need to add, but I need to finish the Hollow Knight first before I do this. And now that it's getting warmer out, I can start working on him again.
Oh, that's
the
awesome.
nice weather's been so nice.
Oh, that's so fun.
What about you, Pannon?
I don't know that there's been anything super new. It just seems to be adding on to the list of I guess Chinese drama costumes that I want to do. Someone came out with this super cute fan art where they took all of the male characters and made their outfits into these adorable little floofy dresses. And I loved it. They're these it's almost Lolita style with the poofy skirt, but it keeps the same style on top. It reminds me of the Wa Loli style, but I don't know what the name is for that for Chinese costumes, a Hanfu Loli, probably. But it's so cute. It's freaking cute. I might send you the link to the tweet that I saw with it. But
I want to see it.
They're stinking cute. So that's one of those maybe, but also it just made me go oh, I still really like all these costumes, because it had all the costumes from the shows I like. I was oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah. So
oh man,
that I guess.
I need to take a week off of work and just see how much of costumes I can kick out.
Yeah, that would be fun.
This might be crazy me speaking, but it'd be amazing to see how much of those piles I could diminish in a week,
Yeah.
Go in a week and see how much of that.
Maybe start with a 3-day challenge.
Yeah, that seems more reasonable.
Yeah. I'd use Memorial Day weekend, but I have to do family stuff that weekend.
Ah, that makes sense.
Maybe 4th of July is not a 3-day weekend. It actually lands on the weekend this time. Dang it.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, I have Friday the 1st off for my birthday. I could do a 3-day challenge that weekend. There we go.
We should do one for our July birthdays.
Yeah!
July birthday challenge.
July birthday challenge! Let's see what we can crank out in a few days.
It's not the fact that I forgot that our birthdays were all within a few weeks of each other. It's the fact that I forgot July was coming up at all. Legitimately, I totally forgot time works.
No, it's what? Time is not a thing that happens.
I know I'm the baby of the podcast, but I'm turning 30 this year, and that's...
Oh my gosh.
Feels weird. Weird.
Okay.
It is weird.
It's okay. You know what? Your 30s feel a lot like your 20s. Your joints just hurt a little more.
They've been hurting since I've been 14. Pannon.
Oh, Hannon.
Yeah.
So with the weather warming up for summer, you know, and July coming up. Have you guys had any I guess from well, I guess either of you, any outdoorsy stuff that you're looking forwards to, whether it's photo shoots or just being able to take a walk. Sadie and I just today were able to eat outside next to a river, and it was super nice.
Aww.
And I loved it. But what are you guys looking forward to?
Oh man. I am not by nature an outdoorsy person. So if you ask me to camping, if it's not glamping, I'm probably not going to be down for it. But
we should do a glamping trip at some point.
Yeah, okay. I'd be down for a glamping trip, doing an outdoor photo shoot and glamping. But
David.
I'm sorry, David, if you are a stickler for camping on the cold, hard ground.
No.
Okay.
I am a Boy Scout. I have my eagle and everything. I am done. I never want to do that again. I hate it. I cannot stand sleeping on the cold, hard ground. You cannot put enough layers between me and the ground. I need a mattress. I need blankets. I need a comforter. I need my pillows. I need to know that my power will work when I plug in to an outlet. I don't want any of this. I'm sorry. I was holding it back. This is a rant. I was going to make a joke about how my lawyer advises me to plead the fifth, but I am not an outdoor person. I'm sorry. I took away from your time, Pannon. Please continue.
No, this is great. I'm glad to know this about you, David.
But David, glamping. Okay, I've got a portable generator. It's not even loud. It's just a big giant battery. You can plug things into there. So you got stuff to plug into. There are amazing air mattresses out there nowadays, along with massive tents that you can get where it's essentially being in a house. And if we do it in the warmer months, you're not even going to get cold at night. So
yeah,
you can't see it, but the face David is making is great.
It's beautiful.
So about all of that, I really appreciate your willingness to accommodate me. But I'll just hang out, and then I'll go get a hotel at night. It's dark out. I'll go get a hotel, and then I'll come back with my continental breakfast coffee and bacon and eggs, and be like, "Hey, how's it going? How'd you guys sleep?" And I slept on an actual mattress with air conditioning.
Okay, what about
no
Airbnb?
No, that's just what about no.
We Airbnb a cabin.
Okay.
And Mercedes can sleep outside, and we'll sleep in.
Yeah. Hannon, you and I will make sure that we have mattresses.
You guys look outside, and there's feral v fire.
Mercedes, just in one of your Link costumes, I'm sure.
We are no longer the beings that need to forage in such a capacity that we need to get dirty for it. I want to be comfortable. I want to live my life knowing I'm always not far from a shower.
I always prided myself with over the summers on how many bruises and cuts I could get.
Oh my goodness. We are not the same person, Mercedes.
Yeah. I feel like Pannon's the middle ground between you and I, Mercedes.
I spent my summer inside playing Ocarina of Time and Mortal Kombat. We are not the same.
I wasn't allowed a gaming system growing up.
Well, I mean, I was sharing it with 3 other siblings, so...
Yeah.
I had to go outside and crash my bike into a bunch of rocks. It was great. That's how I started one of my summers. I have yet to break any of my own bones.
But back onto what you were asking. Is there something outdoors I'm looking forward to? When I finish some of the costumes I'm working on from Heaven Official and from the Untamed Modao Zusher, I want to do a photo shoot out in the International Peace Gardens, because there's a couple locations that I've been looking at that I was like, I really want that specifically So
it's so pretty. It's so pretty.
It is. It's especially pretty like in the next couple months when we're going to get all the flowers blooming over there.
Mm-hmm. And it's green and not dead looking.
Yeah. And if I do a shoot there, it's going to be maybe 2 or 3 people tops. And of the ones that I've talked to, they've all been vaccinated. So yay.
Nice. Very nice.
So that's my biggest plan. I guess that's kind of what's getting me like back to picking up these costumes and going like, yeah, I want to get pictures and stuff.
I'm excited for you. That's awesome.
How about you, David? What are you not camping but outside doing?
So Rena and Sudi, who we've had at the podcast before, are doing more photo shoots. And I don't have a sense of FOMO, but I have just like this kind of longing of like, oh, that looks like so much fun. And that's kind of where my outdoor desires end. And like, I want to do some traveling. That's kind of where my brain's at. Of like, I've been stuck in this house for the past year and change now, and I want to
You're
go
like,
traveling.
I can go outside one day.
Yeah. The time between my house and the airplane is more than enough. Something easy. Like,
that sounds amazing.
I don't want to do camping again.
You good.
So on the note of like, I know a lot of people do their photo shoots outdoors. Recently, just because my roommate and very dear friend Hina has gotten engaged, she's been looking at engagement photo venues. And they are so cool. Like, you can use so many of them for cosplay stuff.
Really?
You can get these like really nice preset rooms that are just like gorgeous, and the rental prices are very reasonable. I did not think that it would be, but it is. Yeah. So maybe something to look into if you're not super outdoorsy, but you want to get some pretty shots of your costumes, or your character is not super outdoorsy even.
Photos.
Yeah.
Well, like, and if you're splitting the cost with a bunch of people. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I can imagine.
Yeah. It's like maybe like $50, $60 an hour and split between a few people. That's really not bad.
I was going to say, a while back, speaking of Silverfire Sudi, Silverfire Studio, she did a shoot at the castles in Linden. And like a bunch of us went. It only cost like, I don't know how much. It was super cheap because it was just like a bunch of us, and they charged essentially like $200 an hour kind of thing. But like when you get a bunch of people going, costs super cheap for you. Get a couple of really epic photos, and
when
like,
you have an entire castle to go through, it's not too bad to break up the space. Yeah. And then she's actually been doing like a bunch of like outdoor shoot stuff that's also been inspiring to me. I actually booked with her coming up in May. Good.
I'm gonna get a shoot with that. What do they call them? Frisian horses? Oh, the big black gorgeous horse.
Oh, nice.
I'm super excited for it. I'm gonna take my probably my Shadow of the Colossus costume, and like the one photo that I really want is me yelling at the horse.
That's why you want a horse, is to yell at the horse.
Aggro! And I want it like running the wrong direction. if we can do that. Aggro, get back here! What are you doing?
Aggro! So wait a minute. You want to get this giant horse, and you're not gonna do Link and the Ganon horse? Like,
I know, right?
That just seems
none of those costumes are ready. That's the sad part of that, is that those ones are not photo shoot ready.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus I've had ready for a while, and I haven't really done like a ton of like really nice shoots with him yet. And I don't know, I've always wanted to do a shoot with him and this type of horse, like in particular. So I'm super excited.
But hear me out on this one, okay? To make the horse more exaggerated, you bring the horse closer to the foreground and put you further in the background.
Yes.
It just writes itself. I'm sorry.
I'll just have Sudi listen to this part of the episode and be like, these are the shoots, these are the pictures I want.
This is what I want.
It doesn't need to be perfect. It's just enough that if you're back in the background and you have this giant horse over you.
Yep, there we go.
Makes sense.
No, that's great. But yeah, I've got that one and another one where like there's this hike, because I like to go hiking. There's this hike that I went on a few years ago where in May, the trail is so green, it makes your eyes water. Like, it's just beautiful.
Oh,
Also
wow.
allergies, but it's beautiful. And I'm really excited to go out with Joe Chavez and do some photos there in the next couple weeks with my chic, and we're actually revamping Lexus's Princess Agatha.
Oh, that's fun.
So I'm really excited for that, and just like, it's a gorgeous hike, and like it's gonna be perfect. And I don't know, I haven't done photos for chic in ages. And it's just getting me like, I don't know, it's getting me excited to like keep working on the stuff that I've been working on. So that way later in the year when I've finished those, I'll have like photos ready, like more costumes that are photo ready. So I don't have to like keep pulling out my old ones. But also I'm having fun with these old ones and getting photos of them that I never had a chance to get, of like different scenes, different places. Actually get a picture with a horse. Those kinds of things. And I'm really excited, and like a variety of photographers. I'm still waiting on my my Ecree photos with Pigtails and Power Tools
Oh, yeah.
Aloy from Yellowstone. Still waiting on those. Also, you know, with all of these, still making sure social distancing, you know, making sure who's got vaccines and following all those fun things. So I'm perfectly willing to do that. I'm so used to wearing a mask now that it's like, it's weird when I walk out of the house. I'm like, wait, did I forget it? No, it's right here. Okay, I'm good. So I got the cutest mask, by the way. Oh my gosh. Sorry, real quick side tangent. I got the cutest mask.
No, it's okay.
It's a bee. Like the thing I'm terrified of.
Yes.
It's a bee. It's a bumblebee on my face. I love it.
No, I've been really like loving the like cosplay themed masks I see, where someone will do a mask to match their character. I think those are so cute.
So very cute.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're about 50 minutes in at the time of this recording. Do you want to rapid fire some questions?
Yeah, I've actually just got one more. So what costumes are you guys most looking forward to debuting this year?
Debuting.
Or next year if it takes more time. It's okay.
Made. Oh,
sorry. Was it bad?
It was just like I don't want to make this decision.
It was mostly a like, will that be finished by the end of the year?
Well, that's why I'm quickly adding on there. Next year too, if you need to. Which one are you you excited to debut when it happens?
I am really, really excited to debut Celadon from the Dark Crystal.
Me too.
Just because it's such a like dramatic and impactful look, and I don't often go with like villainous characters, and
you're missing
out. Like it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it's also like drama and just gorgeous, and I'm excited for that. Yes, I am excited for that.
You're gonna yeah, you're totally excited, and like you're gonna look so freaking boss. I'm excited to see it, and like Hup is still like on my backlog of like every time I get a scrap piece of fabric that matches like his outfit, I've set that in a pile too. So
nice.
Yeah. Nice. What about you, David?
I'm really excited to show off Harley. Like, I think this could be a competition piece.
Oh, that's awesome.
In the beginner category, like, it's one of those things that it's getting to the point where, what's the saying? It's essentially like, it will never be perfect. It might as well just be good enough kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Yeah. So I'm like, there's areas that I could have done better, like right off the bat. But between wanting to get it done for the Pass the Brush challenge and also for just like the sake of getting it done, because I could have spent way more time on the hammer. Sewing, it is whatever it's going to be at this point. I'm really excited to do that, and maybe at some smaller convention in 2022, doing a cosplay contest with that, I think would be really great.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
depending on what my schedule looks like between managing 4 different podcasts, because I am a masochist, maybe debuting the Hollow Knight cosplay. But
oh, yes.
Yeah.
How about you, Fire?
Well, first I want to say, David, watching
Yeah.
like how much you like, I don't know, I love seeing you get excited about cosplay, and I don't know, it just makes me happy too.
Oh, good.
It's like, I don't know, you're doing amazing, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and it's not just like this weird thing for like, I'm really glad that you've embraced it, and like, I don't know, you're awesome. So
Well, I've
just
always
wanted to say that.
enjoyed it. Like, it's never been
Yeah.
like a thing like, I don't get it. It's always been just like that just seems like a lot for me. And it still is a lot for me. It's just a different area of effort that I wasn't ready to put into words.
I'm just glad that like the more you've gotten into it, you haven't been put off by it yet, and it's it's
totally.
awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for me, I'm really excited to turn myself blue again for Hyperlight Drifter.
Yeah. You looked good, Blue.
Yeah, you
It
did.
was super fun.
Yeah.
And it came off. I have been having a real bad acne outbreak since then, but I can still manage it. I don't know if it's because of that or because of the masks, but I don't care.
The maskne is real.
The maskne. But the other one that I'm really excited about is that I'm hoping to get done this year. Like, even if Hyperlight Drifter takes time, that one's supposed to be like, if it takes time, it's okay, because I want to make it super duper amazing. But the one that I do want to get done like within this year is Sabriel. Because the anniversary of the book is coming out. They're re-releasing the trilogy. They're releasing a leather-bound version of Sabriel. I already have pre-ordered all of them. Terciel, her father, he's getting a book this year, and I've already pre-ordered that one.
Nice.
I'm just really excited, and I haven't done like a book cosplay since, like, if you count everything I've ever done from Harry Potter in high school. And I'm just like really excited about it. Along the same lines as like Hyperlight Drifter, I'm doing my own like designing for it. I've been researching like historical costume creation, armor methods, things like that, especially since like in Sabriel, it's very important that things are handmade, because if anything is machine made, it just falls apart in the kingdom. Like machine made paper, you take like a machine like book that's been made through a machine, you take it into the kingdom, it just starts crumbling, disintegrating. But if it's been handmade paper, it'll last forever, just because the magic and technology don't mix in this book. And it's just like, I don't know, I'm really excited to try and show off like the old kingdom in this costume, and I don't know, I'm really excited for it. Plus I've got a couple of people who are going to be cosplaying with me for it.
Yay.
V-Tyrant is going to be Terciel.
Yay.
And depending on Rena's schedule, she's probably going to be Lyriel, and like, I don't know, I'm really excited for it. It's just
good.
Oh man.
Well, if you guys at home want to send us in what you are excited about,
yes,
you can send those to us at cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com, or
you can fill out the Google contact form on our website at cosplaystitchandseam.com,
or you can send us a message on our Facebook page. And if you're not a big fan of Facebook, we also have a whole channel in our Discord dedicated to our cosplay horror stories, happy stories, or whatever you want in between. But while you're there, join our Work in Progress Wednesdays. Join the awesome community that we are so happy to have come build themselves around this podcast. We're very grateful for all of you guys. And while you're on the internet, if you want to support us, there's so many different ways that you can support us. Like I said at the top of the show, share it with a friend if they need some motivation or they want to know some more information about some materials that we've talked about. Send them there. Or if you want to know, like, hey, what material we should be talking about next, send it our way. Or you could also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, much like Hal Cos did, who wrote Cosplay-rific, Listening to Cosplay Stitch and Seam is truly a transformative experience. Listening to Panin, V-Fire, and Crest Sphinx be human, embrace imperfections, and celebrate every step of cosplay journey is truly inspiring. Not only do they provide a plethora of cosplay information and techniques, they provide the support everyone needs to cosplay comfortably, despite race, sex, gender, or weight. Through their Facebook community and Discord, they truly are making a difference while making amazing costumes. So thank you, Halcos.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank
I
you,
like that
Hal.
so much. Thank you.
If you want to
Yay.
be awesome like that person, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Podchaser, wherever they let you. We greatly appreciate that. And if you want to support the show, we do a Patreon, and we have 2 different tiers. At $3 a month, we give you a shout out on the show. And for $5 a month, you can join our monthly D&D Cosplay Chronicles. And I am the DM, where V-Fire and Panin and Jazzy and Dustin all play in this cosplay-themed D&D game. It's so much fun. It's so fantastic. I love it to death.
Grandma Ma's the best.
Yes, Grandma Ma is the best. I feel like we don't say it enough, but we don't keep it behind a paywall forever. We do release the audio, but if you want to interact with the chat as it's happening and make some fun remarks that make me lose track and help even build some of the world as it happens, you can be part of that on our Patreon, much like some of these great people: Queer Eye Sci-Fi, Halcos, Hot Riku, Rena Mira, Jazzy Kofed. I'm probably butchering that. I should ask her next time that we're actually playing. Jaguar Quinn, Gloria Shu, Sudi, Stacy Pitt, Shock H, and Silver Deeds.
Yay! Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
I totally forgot and skimmed over our horror stories, so I do have one to read real quick before we wrap up. This is another one from Sumikins, which was on our Discord, so you may have already seen this if you are hanging out on our Discord with all the cool people there. But she is talking about a WCS prelims horror story. It says, May of 2010, my cosplay partner and I fell into some good fortune. We'd been wanting and planning to compete for WCS for almost a year and had finished our costumes with no idea where prelims would be hosted, if at all. We were already planning to attend FanimeCon with our friends when 4 weeks before the con, they announced they're holding prelims for WCS. That seems not too horrible. Nice story so far. We figured, okay, here we go. We spent all day each day running around the convention with our friends, and then every night for 3 nights. The prelims were on Sunday, and we arrived on Thursday. So every night we stayed up until around 3 or 4 a.m. working on our skit, slept for 3 or 4 hours, got up and repeated that cycle. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a convention weekend. Each night, we added progressively more of our costumes to make sure we could do all of the moves we were choreographing into our skit. For reference, we had impossibly long sleeves that touched the floor if we had our arms down. On the last night, we were running the skit one last time, and I stepped on my sleeve, tearing my zigzag hem out of a section of delicate chiffon. With that and the lack of sleep, I had something of a meltdown. I had no choice but to attempt to roll it up, press, and fix the damage by hand. It was lumpy and a contrast to all the rest of my delicate edges. I was so tired and stressed, I was absolutely certain we were going to lose now because of my torn sleeve. Turns out that sleeve did not stop us, though, so I guess at least this story has a happy ending. But the moral is sleep is important and stress is bad. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that, Sumikins. And I think that was their really pretty, Fushigi Yugi skit that they did together. So those costumes were very pretty. Yeah. Let's see. A few more announcements. Remember foxbeautycosmetics.com. That's Fox with 2 X's. Use the promo code Stitch and Seam to get 10% off your purchase of their all vegan, not tested on animal products. Thanks as always to Macy Roberts for the use of her theme song, and to David Jeffress for his amazing, speedy, fantastic editing.
Love you, David.
How are your now 4 podcasts going?
Well, as much as I love this one, I do dabble. I am polyamorous, and I do talk about that quite frequently. I have Dungeons and Chill, Curse of Strahd, the Pancakening has occurred.
Ooh.
And
you have my interest.
I'm down
the
for
best.
this.
I think it's probably the best episode of the Strahd arc that we've done.
The irony of Panin and the pancakening with her pancake face.
But it's great. I hadn't laughed that hard at the Strahd game, and it's so funny. It's so dark, it's so abysmal, and pancakes, and just great. So if you enjoy the D&D games that we have here, and you enjoy my DMing, go over there where it gets a little more gritty. For Comic Trades Monthly, it's a podcast where we talk about our favorite comic book collections in a book club format. We are reading Truth, Red, White, and Black, which is the story about the first Captain America of color. And it's a fantastic read. And we're reading it kind of in conjunction with the ending of The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, The Last Voice, which Gabe is still struggling. There's not zombies. He doesn't want to call them zombies. Z word. Man, I'm just so stinking proud of that one. I could probably talk about that one for ages, but I don't want to spoil anything. So go listen to that one, please. Howcaz even left a review on that one, and that just makes me so happy. So yeah,
good. Well, thank you all for listening. David, I'm so glad you brought up a long sleeping schedule, 12 hours is so nice. Because the other day I was actually making a sleeping schedule. So I think I will share it because you'll find it's very into resting.
Oh, what a build-up.
I thought that was pretty good. All right. Bye, guys. We'll see you later.
Love you.